There's a beautiful story in Mahabharata. It's called Yaksha Prasna. There was a demigod who had a quiz program with Yudhishthira, was asking all questions. And this demigod asked, what is the greatest surprising thing in the planet Earth? Yudhishthira replies, Dharmaraja replies, Ahan yahani bhutani yachantiha yamamandiram, gachantiha yamamandiram, seshastiram ischanti kimascharyamitapparam. It's a beautiful Sanskrit verse. He says, every moment, every day, we see so many people going to Yama's abode, means dying. Even then, every soul, every person who lives here thinks that he is not going to die. Only others are going to die. He is going to be here forever. Something which gives you that confidence. There is some energy, something which is constantly giving you the idea that you are going to be here forever. That is what we call Atman. Every one of you, every one of us experience that self, but unfortunately not all the time. Every one of us have got some experience or at least a vague idea of that self. Otherwise, holding on to this body, there can be no logic that you having strong belief or faith that you will never die, you will never perish. Even holding this body, you have some idea, some one corner. How many times you try to remind, at some part of your being, corner of your being, that idea is there, that you won't perish. You won't perish. You won't die. Atmaspurana word means flowering of the self. That self, the consciousness which is in you, making it alive, making it as a solid experience for you throughout your life. That is the purpose of the whole program. The goal or purpose of the whole program is, in every one of you, there is a experience of self, making that alive, making that as a direct experience, living experience for the whole life. This whole program is based on Taittiriya Upanishad. The basic techniques or the ideas which we are going to work, which we are going to practice are from Taittiriya Upanishad. The word Upanishad is a very powerful word. The translation of that word is just sitting, nothing else. Just sitting. Just sitting can do so much in you. Sitting in the presence of the Master, sitting with the Master can do so much in you. That is why all the Vedic scriptures, the essence of the Vedic scriptures are called Upanishad. If you have done our first level programs like Ananda Spurana, LBP, Nithyananda Spurana, all these programs, they are all technique based. Technique based means you will be taught some techniques here, you can practice here, you can go back to the home and practice there. Technique based. The effort you put, that much you will grow. That will become experience. It happens. There is a next level program. If you have done Dhyana Spurana or Nithyanandam, they are all no technique based. There won't be any technique. Just the understanding Understanding itself can add so much to you. Just a simple understanding, changing your idea about yourself and the world and the cosmic energy, Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. If your ideas about these three changes, you will just transformed. You will be transformed. This is the second level. Now, this program is neither technique based nor no technique based. It is neither technique based nor no technique based. Technique based means you will learn something to be done here and you can go back to the home and practice. You will not receive anything like that now. You will not receive anything which you can practice in the home. No. No technique based means just understanding, nothing else. You will not be doing anything. But now, it's not that you are going to keep quiet. It's neither technique based nor no technique based. It is called process. Alchemy. When you sit with a master, the Upanishad, when the sitting happens, some strange process starts happening in you, which can neither be called as technique nor no technique. It's literally like a cooking, boiling. By tomorrow evening, you are expected to be completely boiled. In Sanskrit, we have a word siddha. Siddha means two meaning. One, enlightened, another one, cooked. Boiled. So by tomorrow evening, you are expected to be completely boiled or cooked. Siddha. It's just like adding something to you and taking something away from you. Whatever can be taken away will be taken away. Whatever needs to be added will be added. And the master's presence is like a fire. Just like cooking. You add something, you remove something, and the fire, the presence of the fire, when all these things are done, cooking happens. This is more a process. Why I want to give this detailed introduction to you, please do not miss even a single session. With the technique-based course programs, if you miss one or two technique, no problem. You will have 80% result. With a no technique-based program, you don't even need to come for that program. Just DVD is enough. Just video is enough. Your physical presence is not needed. But now, not only your physical presence, my physical presence also is needed. Both of us need to sit with each other. That is why this Upanishad starts with a beautiful mantra. Let us enter into the next. For next 2 days, please decide very clearly you are going to be here. The whole program. People will come and ask, Swamiji, I have to go and pick up my kids. Can I go and come back? And in this country, God, in India we do this Atmaspurana 4 days. But you know, in this country, even if God comes, He has to come in the weekend. If He comes in the weekdays, please give your mail ID, we'll get back to you. But at least this weekend, let us be completely with this Upanishad. Please do not miss even a single session. Just be with the whole flow. You can be relaxed, no need to be very serious, or of course if you are checking out, then you will be serious. Too serious, trying to constantly judge me, what I am doing, what I am doing, what I am doing. Don't bother, relax. I am already judged by 1.2 million people around the world. If you are sitting here, waiting and judging, you are going to miss. Just relax. That's a big problem. If you are judging, you will be wasting your time. Maybe tomorrow by evening start judging. Till then relax. Nothing wrong. Judging is nothing wrong. Those preliminary programs like LBP, NSP, Dhyanasparana, all those programs I have created for the people who are first timers, who are judging. This program I have designed more for the people who are really interested in diving deep. The other programs aiming at breadth. This program is aiming at depth. So, unfortunately, if you have not done any of the checking out programs earlier itself, decide not to waste your time. Decide. If you already checked out a little bit, then you won't have a problem. You will be completely ready to dive in, jump. Just for 2 days. Don't bother about much judging. Just dive deep into your being. One more thing. You will not even be able to understand anything about me unless you dive into the technology I have created. Otherwise you can't judge. Unless you yourself have one experience, you can't understand whether I had it or not. Only when you have some experience, you can understand. So even if you want to judge me, jump completely inside. Only then you will be able to judge properly. If you are standing outside and judging, then you are a critic, not a seeker. Two way of looking at things. Understand? A positive doubt. Maybe what he is saying is right. No, nothing is right. Two way of looking at things. If you just have that maybe, that's enough. The scientist's mind, a beginner's mind, how a scientist approaches a theory, same way approach with a beginner's mind, then so much can happen, so much of work can be done. Otherwise you will be just sitting and wasting your time and my time. Upanishad is a very powerful process. I request you not to miss even a single session. Next thing, for Upanishad to happen, you need to be here and now. You need to be completely here and now. Means two things. One, you can't sleep. Next, you need to be inside your boundary. Your bodies are not your homes. It is more like your hotels, your lodges. You put your luggage in that and start roaming around. That is the way you use your body. Understand? Your bodies are not your homes. You put your luggage and start going around, sightseeing. But for these 2 days, you are expected to be inside your home. You are expected to be inside your home and no sleeping. There's a small story. I always love to tell this story because I myself enjoy this story. One great preacher, a man who is preaching the name of the God all over the world, and a wild taxi driver, maybe from Chennai or New York or Calcutta. Calcutta is number 1. Maybe Chennai gets number 2, then New York. The other day I read the CNN, I was seeing the CNN, They say that the driving license, some written exam was there. New York drivers were the lowest score. I was surprised. India means they wouldn't have appeared even for exam. In Calcutta or Chennai, you can't even expect them to come for the exam. In Chennai, they may come to receive just the license. In Calcutta, you have to go and deliver the license and come back. Even to give the license, you may have to go to their home. Anyhow, one taxi driver and this great preacher, both of them died. Reached the Yama's court, Lord of Death. Yama is doing his regular inquiry. First the taxi driver came, as usual, fast. Yama asked, what were you doing? I was driving taxi. Then he just saw the list of the sin and merit. Now they're computerized. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Saw the whole list and said, all right. Have the golden key, go to heaven. Then next the preacher came. Yama asked, what were you doing? What's your name? I was spreading Lord's name all over the planet Earth. He started giving his regular sermon, as usual. Memorized, usually it will be memorized. And Yama said, stop, relax. Then he saw the list of sin and merits. He said, I think you need to go to hell. The moment the preacher heard this, he started shouting, what? Just for a taxi driver you gave heaven? How dare you send me to hell? I'll sue you, maybe from West, from US. Shouting. Preachers are professional shouters. That is another one thing. Shouting. Yama said, relax. Here up in the heaven, we don't bother what you do. We bother the result. This taxi driver guy, even though he was driving taxi, he was so wild in his driving, people who were sitting inside the taxi and outside, all of them were praying for their life. He made so many people theists. He made them all believers of God. What he does is secondary. But the effect of his action, he converted many of them into believers. But you, even though you were preaching in such a way people were sleeping. Understand, the problem is, if you sleep now, when I go there, I will have a problem. May not be for your sake, at least for my sake. Don't sleep. When I go there, I will be given the hell's key. So at least for my sake, no sleeping. We are going to directly deal with how you are living. So now, we can't afford to sleep. Neither you can afford to sleep, nor I can afford to sleep. So both of us have to remain awake. Do something. What you will do is up to you. But we can't afford to sleep. Because there are so many things involved with the sleeping. When I go there, I'll have a problem. At least for that sake, I can't let you guys sleep.
earth has given birth to great Paramahamsas, mystics, saints, and divine avatars who have consistently delivered this world from darkness to light. One such enlightened master, exuding divine grace, overwhelming compassion, and unfathomable spiritual knowledge, all at a very young age, is Paramahamsa Nithyananda.
Koti Surya Swarupinam Ananda Ganda Ishwaram Bhakta Hridaya Nivasinam Nithyanandam Namostude. Koti Surya Swarupinam Ananda Ganda Ishwaram Bhakta Hridaya Nivasinam Nithyanandam Namostude.
Nithyananda was born as Rajashekharan, the second son of his parents Arunachalam and Lokanayaki, in the temple town of Tiruvannamalai, South India. 10 days after he was born, the family astrologer predicted that Rajashekharan would grow up to become a Raja Sannyasi and guide the world, something his parents were not happy to hear. At the age of 10, Rajashekharan was initiated by Raghupati Yogi. In his moment of initiation, Rajashekharan was blessed with a vision of Parashakti. He went home and carved the vision he had in soapstone. One day, Rajashekharan was found etching a complex shape on a copper foil. It was the sacred Shri Chakra. The Shri Chakra is believed to be a diagrammatic representation of the cosmos. Shri Ramana Maharishi, Shri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Sharada Devi were sources of inspiration for young Rajashekharan. At the age of 12, on the sacred day of Buddha Purnima, Rajashekharan had an intense encounter with the divine, an out-of-body experience that was to change the course of his life. By his 17th year, Rajashekharan's spiritual quest became too fierce to be ignored. He left home on a journey of arduous self-discovery with no assurance whatsoever, but only a glimpse of the divine he received at the age of 12. He wandered far and wide, studying and practicing meditation, from Tapovan in the Himalayas to Kanyakumari in the south, from Dwarka in the west to Ganga Sagar in the east. He wandered for 7 years in India and in Nepal. With just 2 pieces of clothing and a kamandalu, a holy water jug, and with no idea of where his next meal would be. One day in Gaurikund, he beheld a breathtaking vision. A young man with a glowing countenance and flowing locks was walking towards him with long strides and divine grace. Wonderstruck and gazing at him, Rajashekharan realized that this was none other than Mahavtar Babaji, the enlightened master dwelling in the Himalayas for thousands of years in perpetual youth. It was this great saint who looked at him and uttered the name Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda, an enlightened being in a physical body, young at heart but wise in mind. Rajashekharan undertook years of rigorous penance, intense meditation practices, and in-depth study of yoga, tantra, Vedanta, and Shaiva philosophies before he attained the ultimate state of consciousness, the state of Nithyananda, or eternal bliss. Word of the charismatic saint rode the winds in every direction. People visited Nithyananda from far and near. Effortlessly, he won their hearts. The time had come, and Nithyananda was ready to execute the real purpose of his divine birth. The purpose as a guru, as a master to the entire humanity. Life Bliss Foundation is his worldwide movement to spread his message of meditation and inner bliss. With its spiritual nerve center in Bangalore, India, and its Western Hemisphere headquarters in Los Angeles, USA, it operates through 1,000 centers and over 78 upcoming ashrams in 30 countries, causing transformation of humanity through transformation of the individual. How does one describe this great master? The charm of a child, the healing hands of a doctor, the compassion of a mother, the wisdom of a guru. To those who struggle under the many burdens of life, his presence itself is the answer they seek. In his arms, thousands find refuge, the ailing, the needy, and the seekers of God. The Master is an invitation to a journey inwards. In his own words, "Just allow me to light your being, then you will know that you are pure consciousness and your being pure bliss."
Nityam Sharanam Gacchami, Dhyanam Sharanam Gacchami, Anandam Sharanam Gacchami, Nithyanandam Sharanam Gacchami.
Nityam Charanam Gacchami, Dhyanam Charanam Gacchami, Anandam Charanam Gacchami, Nithyanandam Charanam Gacchami. Nityam Charanam Gacchami, Dhyanam Charanam Gacchami, Anandam Sharanam Gacchami, Nithyanandam Sharanam Gacchami.
Nityam Sharanam Gacchami, Dhyanam Sharanam Gacchami, Anandam Sharanam